I've got everything going. We're all good to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the RGM podcast with me, Carl Maloney, here in my little booth for the RGM Experience podcast. And I'm joined by another guest for music this week, and it's Johnny from the Reytons. Hi, mate.
How you doing, mate? All right.
Yeah, sound I've been, as a local Yorkshire lad myself, a Sheffield boy. It's always nice to see another band do well, and it's always nice to see a band do fucking rate well. You're on a journey, aren't you, mate?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's been a long journey for me, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's just literally the last few years have been absolutely mind blowing. You know, you set out achievements in life, what you want to achieve, don't you? And goals, should I say? And I feel like just absolutely exceeding that by lengths and lengths each day, and it's just absolutely, like I said, mind blowing.
Right. So, where do we find you today? Then, where are you based at the minute?
I'm just at home, working away on his album campaign.
Oh, okay.
We're an independent band, and
Yeah.
everything we do is in house. So, been editing some films, working out some stuff for the tour, which starts on Saturday.
Yeah.
And just plugging away at every minute that I've got to try and take it to the next step.
Sure. So, where is home?
So I live in Doncaster at the minute.
Okay.
But at the minute, I live here.
Fair enough.
I moved here.
Yeah. And are the lads all from down in Sheffield kind of area?
Yeah, we're from from all over South Yorkshire. And at the minute, three of us live in Doncaster. One of us lives in Rotherham.
Nice. Oh, okay. So what I found really interesting, I've tried to do a bit of research on the Reytons, but I can find all about the gigs you've got going on, the successes that you had, but I can't really find anything about you all individually, if you get me, online. Yeah. So I was just curious to know, is that a deliberate thing, or is there a reason for it or not? Am I looking too much into that?
No, I don't think so. Do you know, like there's different ages between us as well. So some have been active, shall we say, longer than others, but it's not really. I mean, everything that we've done today has made us who we are, and that's why we are who we are and where we are, I guess. So there's stuff out there. You know, Joe and Jamie have been in various different bands. I've been in different bands. Lee's never really been in a band as such. We were in another band with me. Sorry, I forgot all about that. We were in a different band before this one. And me as an artist, I've been going for years in different genres. You know what I mean? It's not always just been indie, if that's what you call what we do now. It's like, I've just put my heart into music from all different genres right from the beginning of me starting this journey.
It's a big jump to put your heart into music, isn't it? Particularly with the music industry how it is. I know you celebrate, you being your own team and and all that kind of stuff, but it's a really hard industry just to jump straight into without a safety net.
Oh, absolutely. You put your heart into music from when you hear music, and it's the best thing that can ever happen to you. You put your heart into the music industry, and it's getting fucking broke. That's just the way it is, and you have to build that tolerance up through it, because it is a ruthless industry. Am I allowed to swear in this interview?
Of course you are, mate. Yeah, sure.
Just checking.
Definitely, yeah. You be you.
It's you've got to build that tolerance up, and over the years I've had more knockbacks than I can care to talk about, and it's ruthless. It is, and it's only in recent years where things I guess have started becoming good, and now really fucking good, and it's a great time to be alive.
So what I always when bands have had previous bands, I like to delve into what the old names were. Have you got any old embarrassing band names that you used to be in, or any of the other lads that you take piss at them for, or like that?
No, not really. It's and it's not even just bands as well. It's just like working within the industry. I mean, first thing I ever did, from leaving school. I mean, I was writing music from being at school and stuff. But like, I set up my own like mobile disco company, and I was like DJing and just trying to get into nightclubs and stuff. So it's like from playing like house music to garage to producing instrumentals to rapping to singing to trying anything I could possibly do to get into the industry, because I liked all different genres, you know what I mean? So when it finally fell that this band, I guess if you can call it, well, what's making it, who knows? I feel like we've done something, achieved something. This is
Yeah.
my job. Do you know what I mean? It's my full-time job. So
Yeah.
first time I've ever been able to do that.
Do you know what I'm going to ask you? What were your DJ name?
Well, my name's Johnny Earl, so I went under the name Yeza.
Okay, fair enough. That's good.
Which was a name that I might have stole from probably what my dad were called when he was at school, and my brother's got it tattooed on his arm. I fell out with him once for that, but
Fair enough.
I've got it tattooed on my stomach. He's got it tattooed on his arm, and we had a bit of a bust up in the living room once because I was like, "That's my name."
Is it tagged anywhere in Doncaster, that name, anywhere?
Probably all of a Kimmy Park in Rotherham, yeah, but
fair enough, fair enough. Well, so like just going back a little bit before music for you, what were little Johnny like at school? Were you academic? Were you more creative? Talk us a little bit about you coming through the ranks and discovering that music is going to be your thing. What happened before you realised music's your thing?
I was probably a disruptive child.
Yeah,
struggles to focus. He's got all the ideas, but he struggles getting them down on paper. I think that's what people have said about me. Generally, just a dickhead. Just always pissing about and trying to make people laugh, and I guess
I were one of them.
Entertain people, and it weren't. I just weren't interested. I weren't, and I'm not saying that now. That's how you should be. Definitely not, but. I just weren't interested. I think I knew from a very young age that what I wanted to do, and I had my mind, set on that. And I was lucky, to be fair, because when I got to like year 9 or whatever, I ended up having a mentor at school that would come in and for like naughty class, and they'd like say to me, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Well, I want to DJ, or I want to write music." And I ended up going to, I don't know if you know a place in Kiverton Park called Red Road, where they do like there's Red Road FM now, there's a radio there, and it was like it was a bit like of a, I don't know if it's approved, like pupil referral. I don't know, it's where you do extra activities kind of thing. And then I ended up going and doing like DJing instead of PE and stuff like that, which sounds like you're rewarding a kid for not behaving, but I just wasn't interested. I weren't going to focus on that. So I think that looking back, having people that were there at schools willing to support us and stuff in that, I was kind of lucky because it helped me not get on the wrong path and just put me on a different path, and I've been on that path since then.
It's difficult if you're creative as a kid, isn't it? Because I can remember going to do you know what's that day where you sit down with somebody in a suit and you tell them what you're interested in, and whatever you say, they just say you're going to work at a call center, or you're going to work in retail, or you're just going to, it's just spit out the same shit to you, don't they? Which what you want to hear. It's difficult being a creative as a kid, isn't it? Trying to work through
my first, I had to do like for Trident and to do a mock-up interview, and they sent me to McDonald's in Rotherham Town Centre, and I was like, you fucking set the bar for me there. Literally, you've looked at me and gone, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is difficult because we've got different minds, and I don't want to be like floating around going, oh, I'm a creative person. Let me follow.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just how my mind works, and I wasn't interested in learning. One of the biggest regrets about school is the lesson I pissed about it most was Spanish. But now I wish more than anything I could speak fucking Spanish. So I shot myself in the foot. Yeah. But I learned. If you can call it creative writing English, I learned that from what I love, and I learned maths through music and money. Like working running a business. So it's like I get the systems there, and it's all they've got, but it doesn't really work, does it? And it needs changing.
It does need to change, and nobody's got the answers on how to change it either, because all the people that make decisions don't agree with it. Which is frustrating, isn't it? How are we going to change them bastards?
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you meet up with the lads and that? What's the origins of the Reytons? How did it happen?
Well, just I guess through the main answer, just through the local music scene, just like open mics, and I'm not pretending that we're always there as open mic performers, but just generally been in a pub, and just bumped into people. Like with me and Lee. Like I said, me and Lee had met, many years before, and we'd dabbled around in different bands and stuff and different ideas. And then I met Joe through, so I was doing some work and basically writing. So obviously you remember like the CSE scandal that happened in Rotherham, going quite dark here with the top set, but that happened many years ago, and I was doing some like writing and doing some workshops for basic like theatre education stuff. I wrote a program to try and roll out across like South Yorkshire to try and help with that, and Joe were one of the actors in that. So you know, he's a lot younger than me, but when he started working with that, realised that we had this common ground with music, and he was really interested in the same kind of stuff. And Jamie had a studio in West Melton, and we started going there for a bit of a jam, and then it just formed. It was one of them where I think for me, I wasn't quite the band that I was in at the time. It just fell apart, but I kind of had a really strong mindset of what I wanted to achieve within the industry, and it weren't just about music anymore. It was like, I understand this a little bit more. I'm starting to see these algorithms that are happening online. I'm starting to see how marketing plays a massive part in the business, and it's not just about talent or passion. You've got to have everything leveled out. So I feel like once we all got our heads together and started writing, the music just came natural, but everything else we'd kind of learned from experiences in the past and implemented it, and here we are. It's we're still doing it now.
We just I bang on about it all the time because I love it, and I'm fascinated with the process of a band and watching them develop over the years and that kind of stuff. Where did you play your first gig as the Reytons then? Was it in Doncaster? Or?
No. The first gig we played as the Reytons was at the Plug Second Room, Sheffield, supporting Glass Caves.
Right. Okay. That's quite a decent gig to start off, isn't it? You know.
Absolutely, yeah. It was, and again, from experience of playing, we've probably collectively played every pub, bar, toilet you can find in South Yorkshire, but it were a case of looking. We you know, we released this first one. We put Slice of Lime out there. The music video had gone not viral, but it done 100,000 views in a week. You know, it were really like circulating. So we knew that we're building this like bit of hype for people to want to see us live because people were commenting about it. So obviously a few weeks later, we started looking at and putting together his first gig. I used that as a bit of a platform to be able to approach Glass Caves and say, "Let's support you." You know, we've got a bit of an audience. We can do it. And luckily enough, they said yeah, and we went there, and Matt and Elliot were like, "Just yeah, go for it." So we went and played with him, and then I think it was 3 months later we sold out the venue ourselves. So we've just been on there.
Such amazing initiative from somebody to contact the band direct. And it's such a simple idea, really, but still people don't do that today. They kind of rely on a friend of a friend that's a promoter that might have a support slot for somebody one day in one of these bigger venues and that kind of stuff, don't they? That's kind of like the normal path for people, but to have that thought process and cut out all the bullshit, just go straight to the people and see if it's possible.
Definitely. I was speaking to an old friend of mine this morning, and he reminded me of like, you know, years ago we in a band, and he was like, we were laughing about, you know, obviously the journey from the past. He was involved in music with me, and he's like, "Can you remember we were ringing around, literally like ringing around venues? Might have even been like days of Yellow Pages, you know, just looking for venues, and we were ringing up and booking ourselves gigs, and we had like one song, but we still had that blag and that hustle, you know, to ring up and go, "Can we get in for a gig?" "Yeah, well, don't worry, we don't want paying. If you like it, you know, get some drinks." And we were like really pushing it. We booked ourselves a little tour, and we had like 1.5 songs, and it's just there. I don't think there is any rules. There's definitely methods that work, but there's no rules for it. You know, you can. I'm pretty sure. If you email, Facebook message or tweet Liam Gallagher one day, he might just go, "Yeah, go on then," and you're going to get that slot. So it's definitely worth trying, and I think it's all about that hustle, isn't
it? Are you all as band members? Are you all like that, or does it like come from you, that side of things?
Yeah, I think we've all got it. That's why we're all together. Do you know what I mean? We're all very we're all very focused on what we want. Do you know what I mean? We've all got different strengths. Don't get me wrong. And some of us are more creative when it comes to the music. Some of us are more bizarre when it comes to the marketing and stuff like that. But generally we are. And even in the bits where some of us aren't as strong as others, we're definitely fucking mucking in. Do you know what I mean? People are rolling their sleeves up, and it's a case of, I don't know what I'm doing here, but let me know, and I'll go out and do it. And we're all 100% committed to this journey.
I love that. just the simplicity of that. The music industry can cloud you in so many different ways, can't it? And it can cloud you from just fucking ask.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And I feel like it don't matter how far we've got in this. There's always something that literally ground you to a massive halt, you know, and you'll be doing something and then you just like for example, can't give too much away, but we were shooting a music video in Shrewsbury last week. Now we're directing, writing, editing the films themselves. We've got a great, you know, DOP who comes and films for us, and we've got great lighting guys and sound guys that we use and we hire, and we're filming a video, and basically, long story short, we only had 2 hours on the set that we'd hired, and Jamie and Lee and Joe had drove out. Now we've got like a minibus which we use as a van. It's like a van, you know what I mean? It's like a splitter, but it's got 12 seats in it. So we've got all the extras in the back of this bus, and there's me and Rich, the manager. We're on location, and the bus is basically, there's been a car crash on the motorway, so every single extra that we needed, which is really important for the video, is not going to make it. So we've got no actors for this film. We've only got this one actor that's drove himself. So Rich is like, you know, we were scratching his head what we're going to do. And he's like, we're just going to have to turn around. We're just going to have to go and plan it again. And I'm like, fuck this. So I told him to meet me at the location, which will all be revealed when we release the video. I don't want to say too much on that. And I literally just went to Primark, bought a load of costumes for random sizes, and then spent the next hour in the streets of Shrewsbury recruiting people. And I turned up like the Pied fucking Piper with all these extras. And I just went, right, we're here. And I had a busker, a guy who I think might have been homeless, a social worker, one that I'm pretty sure was a drug dealer, and a random couple that just said yeah. And at the end of the day, I thrived on that. Do you know what I mean? That was out of all the stuff that we're going, all the exciting stuff of like announcing Arena as album, shooting these music videos, and being able to get better production and better budget and build it up. I felt more alive in that hour than I had done for the last year, because it was just like I was back to the fucking graft and the hustle of it, the real root of it, and I fucking
making shit happen from an unlucky situation.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is why one of the things, you know, we bang on about it a lot about being independent, because we're really proud about it. You know, and you know, you get some dicks on Twitter that'll put something like, you haven't got a label because you're shit. And you know what? Maybe it's true, but also we haven't got a label because we don't fucking want one. So it's not one of them things. It's like, there is labels. All right, we haven't had all the majors knocking on the door, but we have had conversations with people. But and it isn't even about the money. It's literally about, for us, performing our songs on stage and doing what we love is a big part of it. But actually, the graft and the hustle behind the scenes is what I live for.
Nice. So the first gig was at the Plug in Sheffield, and now the Plug, well, lovely venue. Where
that was your question, and I went all the way down there with that.
No, that's what it's all about. Ask an open question, mate, and then sit back. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's about 2 hours ago.
So yeah, I mean, well, you started at the Plug, and then what kind of venues were you playing before you started doing like O2 Academies and stuff, and then Magna, and where did you stay like, after the Plug? Did you stay around those kind of sizes for a bit?
No, we did Plug, small room. Then we did O2 Academy 2.
Right.
We sold it. We've never not sold out a show in Sheffield, which sounds fucking really arrogant. But we did Plug small room, O2 small room, Lead Mill main room, O2 Academy main room, Plug main room for his album launch, then 2 more O2 Academy shows, then Magna, then Sheffield Arena.
So why do you think it's caught on like it did? What?
Because I think it's more than just a band. You know, it sounds like a daft cliche thing. It isn't as musicians, we're fucking bang average, you know. But when it comes to a team of lads that are really passionate about what they're doing, and our shows aren't just about, oh, I'm going to come and sit and listen and sing along to the lovely melodies. It's not, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? We out of time half the time, and I change words for best at songs, but it's the energy, I think. And when you've got them people in that room, I literally thrive off that energy that they give us, and we give it back. I mean, obviously one of the nights that we did the album launch for the last album at the Plug, and obviously it's not something you highlight, but I'm going to mention it. Like the barrier came down, and it was pretty bad, you know. It was but that came down because of the passion and the energy that crowd were giving us. And if we don't have, we literally, it's one of the things now that Rich will always say to every single venue we play on the tour: if there's not a barrier or people stood at the front supporting that, we can't do it, because it's like they want to get to us and we want to get to them. And it's just different. It is just different. It's something I've never seen from any other band I've ever been in, or to any other crowd I've ever stood in. It's just like, and I don't mean that in terms of like how good the band is or how good the songs are, because fuck that. It's just how good the energy is that's in the room, and I feel like people want a fucking slice of that. And,
yeah, they definitely do. And like, but when I were looking online, the last time this happened in Sheffield was the Arctic Monkeys. And when you look online, you kind of, I don't know if for right or wrong, you kind of get brought into that kind of bracket, you know, singing about, you know, going out and like the Arctic Monkeys did in the early days. Those type of stories that you tell with your lyrics, that kind of stuff. Yeah. How do you react to that kind of reaction? You know, having that kind of pressure on you as well from that other band from Sheffield.
Do you know, if someone said to me 5 years ago, look, you're gonna set this band up now, but there is a bit of a problem. In 5 years' time, you're going to get compared to one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking gutted. And they go, no, not bother then. I'll do something different. It's not a bollocks, isn't it? They're one of the biggest bands in the world. And you know what? And absolutely love Arctic Monkeys. What a band. Do you know what I mean? But there's so many other bands from our areas as well that to take inspiration from. Do you know what I mean? You've got Melbourne, Little Man Tate, Revenant Makers. The list goes on. Pulp, do you know what I mean? They're coming back. The inspiration, maybe we're just being blessed to have that. Do you know what I mean? We're writing a similar kind of music. It's guitar music. I'm a creative writer that likes to write about social commentary. I write about what I see. I can't change my accent. Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly the same, but we're not from too far down the road, and you're gonna get them comparisons. But hey, it's fucking brilliant. I embrace it.
Good answer, mate. And speaking of Reverend and the Makers, I was messaging John McClure yesterday. And he asked me to personally pass on congratulations from him on around the success. He said he don't really know you, to be honest, but I'll read it out what he said. He said, what you've achieved is phenomenal. And I think a lot of the older heads are unnecessarily down on your lot a little bit. So he just wanted to let me pass on that message to it. He said, I'll catch up with you at some point, festivals or wherever, when he sees you out and about. But he wanted me to personally convey that message and appreciation for what you're doing and the success that you had too, mate.
Well, that's it's a lovely message to receive. So yeah, thank you for that. And you know, State of Things is one of my favorite. That probably is one of my biggest inspirations in the album. Do you know what I mean? Something. Yeah. You talk about Monkeys. Like I said, there's so many other artists like John, and yeah, I appreciate that. It's nice to hear. So thank him from me, and
we'll do that.
Get him a pint.
Yeah, nice one. So, like in his message, he just said he said he feels like some of the older heads are unnecessarily down on you. How does that feel hearing that?
I'll be honest, I don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm trying to work it out myself. It could be like, you know, like people from South Yorkshire, people from Sheffield. They're kind of like they can be negative against people that are successful, that you know that want to move on with their life and kind of not live in Sheffield all the life and that kind of stuff. And that's generally from the older population, I think. So I'm not speaking for John. I'm just trying to interpret my view on it, what it might be, because there's definitely that kind of vibe from Sheffield people.
I feel like we've had, well, not again just throughout life, but especially with Reytons, we've had a lot of walls put up. We've had a lot of people that could have helped us, or I feel like there was at points where, I don't want to say anybody deserves anything, but there's a point where you see other people getting probably rewarded for nowhere near achieving what we'd achieved at that point. Yeah. I feel like we have been shrugged on a little bit, and I feel like we have been pushed back. We're doing the Uninvited tour. It's called the Uninvited because we definitely wasn't fucking invited. We're there. And do you know, if I was sat outside West Street Live trying to sell my tickets to come and see the Reytons, and I heard everyone been down on us, then I'd probably be a bit sad. But I don't give a fuck from Sheffield Arena, mate. We've worked his way up. We're where we are now. If they want to be with us, come on, doors are open. I would love to have you there. If not, fuck off.
Well said, mate. Well said. We're definitely going to come to the arena soon, but you've got this big tour that you're about to embark on. pretty much sold out. I think it's just Coventry has a few tickets left. That was the last post I said. Has that changed since?
I think it might. I'm not sure if it has
Yeah.
literally a handful of tickets left. Yeah, for Coventry.
A full sold out national tour, mate. We're not talking about Sheffield or Doncaster anymore. We're on about the fucking country. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's what is it, 17,500 tickets. Stuff like that doesn't sink in. Do you know what I mean? I know for a fact that we're going to play Stoke on Saturday, and I know it's sold out, but I won't know it's sold out until I walk out on stage. I mean, I know the sticker's there. Do you know what I mean? People say, well done, you've got your sold out sticker on your website and everyone's happy for you. But when they walk out there and you see it sold out, it's different. It's really different. And I can't wait for it. It's like I said, this is like what we're calling like the main room and academy tour. I mean, we've got to that level now where the stages are big. You know, we've got as light show, we've got as banners and stuff, but again, everything that's on that stage has been there from the beginning. We haven't upgraded as equipment or anything because we're just not that arse. We do need to get some better gear. We're open to endorsements. If you've got any friends at Yamaha or whatever, send them our way. But you know, we'll wear it, we'll play it. But we literally have got the same gear that I said to Toby Foster on Radio Sheffield the other day that we piled into the back of my Vectra to get to the plug on 24th of November in 2017, and that's because we just who we are. It's very, very transparent, this band. It's not. There's no hidden agenda with us. We're just literally a bunch of mates that are striving for. We are not releasing an album in January independently to hopefully get a top 10. We want number one. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to lie. And if we don't get number one, might shed a little tear next day. Do you know what I mean? I might sit there and get upset about it. I want to sell Sheffield Arena out. We're not just going to go, oh, yeah, we're just going to try his best to see what happens. No, we're aiming for the fucking top, and we're going to be very honest about that. And if we can get there, we will.
How do you prepare yourself personally as a singer before this big tour? Do you have to make changes in your lifestyle a little bit, or do you just think, fuck it, I'm just going to keep doing whatever I do?
What I like to do is I like to get up early, 7 o'clock, and go for a jog.
Yeah.
And then I like to, slowly build that up and do a little bit more and run a little bit more and get a bit better and push towards like a 5-10K before the day. But I mean, what day is it? It's Wednesday. We're on Saturday. I haven't done any of that yet. So
okay, fair enough. You got good intentions. No potions for your throat or all that you use, or
no? Just I don't know. Just I like to, I cut back on. I don't drink or smoke before a gig. I try and keep my throat clear and drink some hot drinks, I guess, and just try and warm up. You definitely need to warm up. That's not a joke, because we've had it before. When your voice goes a bit and you think because you're not just fucking it up for yourself, you're fucking it up for everybody else that's come to watch it. So you have got to look after your throat. But
anybody could break a string or play a wrong chord, but if you can't sing, nightmare.
Yeah, you don't want that. I mean, I've had it once. This was before lockdown, so we were playing when his first tour. We played Newcastle and night before in Manchester, and it's not the gig, it's it's going out after. When you stood in bars and you stood talking to people and you're shouting and you're fucking louder than you need to be. And then I remember a rather exciting night after a gig in Manchester. Then next morning I had nothing left, and I've never cancelled. I never would. Do you know what I mean? Unless I'm dead and someone else decides to cancel for me, I'll not cancel. So we got there. We did not sound check, but we set up. The lads did sound check. I was eating as much honey as I could, eating vocal zones, everything I possibly could. And I was like, I'm still going out. I'm just going to, even if I just have to go wave, and then you have to say he's lost his voice, let's try and sing together, kind of thing. And I'd not said anything for about an hour, and I just walked out and I just started it with the shittest vocal I've ever done, but something came out and I just had enough to be able to go, oh, my voice has gone, can you help me? And everyone just didn't give a fuck. They just sang it with me, and as it went on, it got better. So yeah, the show goes on, as they say, doesn't it?
You've got a great band to warm up the crowd as well. The Lottery Winners joining you.
Oh yeah,
of RGM. We've interviewed them loads of times. I've been to see that band loads of times. Last time I saw them, we're on the big stage in Tramlines, just past festival season. What a support to get the crowd going before you guys.
Yeah,
definitely. They're gonna what's it called in baseball? I don't know. what do they do? Throw a thing and then you bat them out. Think I can't remember the analogy that I'm thinking of. They're gonna set him up and you're gonna knock them out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think he's done his knee in or his leg. I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah. He's twisted his knee.
Yeah,
Thing. So that'd be interesting.
yeah. As long as he don't get up for key change on last time, you'll be all right.
So
we've got Claws as well. Claws are a really good band.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Obviously, they're on as well. So yeah, really.
How do you pick your support bands then?
Just from people that we like that aren't dickheads. Just like meet bands and people. A lot of people do just like I said to you about with Glass Case. People do send us stuff and say, "Come put his name in," especially with Arena. I mean, people are asking to, and I like that as well. How open it is as well. People say, "Let's throw his name in the hat. We want to be picked," and yeah. I mean, obviously, we as booking agent will suggest based on the tour or what fits with their tour, etc., etc. But we're lucky to not be in a position where we have to pull supports in to sell tickets. So it's nice. Yeah. We've got a sold out tour that we can look and go, who do we want to take with us? And it's just people that we can get on with. First of all, do we like them as musicians? Do we like the band? Do we like the songs? Yeah, fucking mint them. We like them. What they like as people. Have we met them before at festivals? And if we have them thingy, then we'd just love to have them with us because it's a long time to be out road with people. And obviously, you just need to be able to just enjoy it. I mean, and then we've got two really good bands. We've never had a bad bunch of people with us, so we've been lucky, really.
Yeah, man, I'm really interested in this tagline that you're proud of, and you touched on it earlier, where you say no help, no backing on the Arena gig and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Just talk me through that a little bit.
So no label, no backing, all Reytons. I feel like it became a point especially in the release of this album, where we really need to, because people know, we talk about being independent. But I feel like we've started making some achievements recently, especially like with the Arena and things. It's now important, I think, not just for us, for the work that we've done, and we're not chasing a pat on the back, but it's important to tell other people, you can do it. You really don't need a label. There is no record label. There's 4 members of the band. There's Rich, who manages the band. I co-manage the band with Rich. And that's where it stops when it comes down to like the decisions. We make them decisions. Of course, we hire people in to help us. We've got a great team when we're on the road that come, and we've hired them, and we haven't been given them by a label. We've got people that come and help with the films and stuff. Again, producing the album, producers and stuff. So there is no label, and it's just again that part is just to say there's no label, no backing. We don't come from a wealthy background. We've had no financial support from absolutely nobody's give us anything. Every penny we've ever made, the biggest thing we've ever done financially is Magnet, but we invested every single penny straight into this album. There's been no bank loans, no nothing like that. We've started out from the first thing we ever recording it ourselves. The first music video we did, we all chucked in 100 quid each to make it happen. So there's no financial backing. And when I say all Reytons, it's not just meaning we're the ones that are doing it. All Reytons is us and then 17,000 people that are coming on tour with us. Do you know what I mean? And then God knows how many thousand people, hopefully, that are going to buy this album, and these people that are going to turn up to Arena. So there's no label, there's no backing. It's all fucking Reytons, and that's exactly where we want it to be.
I love that spirit, but I'm from Manchester myself. You have had support through the years from other promoters out there in the world too. And things like that. So, as you've developed as a band and got more business savvy, and you took these responsibilities on yourself, is that a reaction to experience you've had when working with more third-party teams and that kind of stuff?
No, I feel like obviously a lot of it's come from before, and we've worked with a lot of people, but I don't want to talk about other people because I feel like we've done it all ourselves. I really do. I really do. There's people that will thank, there's people we'll never talk about. And when it comes to, and I mean this in the most, again, non-arrogant way, we are where we are today because of us. 100% because of us and the work that we've put in. And obviously, we've been nowhere without the fucking people that have backed us, that are supporters. There's people in Facebook groups right now online that have done more for us than anybody in a suit and tie ever could. Do you know what I mean? There's people, we have got the most unbelievable support from the younger generation to the oldest generation you can imagine. We've got people creating their own merchandise. We've got people literally going out and promoting. It's like we're, it's like there's a general election going on at times. You know what I mean? They're rallying because they believe in it. Because again, without sounding cliche, it's more than a band. We've created something. It's not a cult. It's just a way of life.
Little cult,
maybe a little cult. I don't know. And I just feel like there's people getting up in the morning, and it's not just us that are getting up for this, and they believe in it. And it's something that, as I've said, like, well, we've been on previous tours. Some people have got it in the blood. Being a Reytons not about just being a fan of a band. It's not just being a band member. It's not just being a person that wants to listen to music. I don't know what it is myself yet, but all I know is I'd say to anybody that comes to Sheffield Arena that stand there in the middle of that pit and look around that fucking room, and that's what Reytons is.
Well, just such an achievement to be able to book the arena. That must have been like Rich, your manager. Where do you start to make that call? Have you been thinking about wanting to do this gig for a while?
Yeah, I thought about.
It's the next natural step in it after Magna and it's the next natural step after starting off at the Plug, O2s, all that kind of stuff, and then the big one. How did the idea? Who came up with the idea? You?
I guess, yeah. But I literally looked at when I was stood on stage at Magna. In my head, for a minute, I closed my eyes and imagined arena. Do you know? Like, this is sound check at Magna. Already talking about booking it. It's sold. It's already sold out on it. So we stood there, and it's like, do arena. And I'm not going to lie, I have already stood on Sheffield Arena stage, and I've seen exactly where I want to be next. I know what I want, and I don't know. I've said this in other interviews. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I need to just embrace the moment a little bit more. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna really, really enjoy myself at Sheffield Arena, and it's everything I'm living for right now. But I know where I want to go next.
Bramall Lane, surely.
And this is one of them at the beginning when I said to you, there's going to be questions that I can't answer. I don't know what it's going to be.
Okay, fair enough.
This is one of them.
Okay,
100%. I already know where we're going next, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen.
When I was researching the band, and the poster says 70% already sold out at the arena, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm so confident that we can sell out the arena. I never in a fucking million years thought we'd sell that many that quick. And maybe it's peaked, maybe it'll stay like that for a while, but it's a year away. We've got so many more
people buying stuff for Christmas yet, mate. That should sort it, shouldn't it? Christmas presents for people to go and see Reytons.
I'll do a Christmas advert. We'll rally them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Christmas cards made and all that. Well, I am fucking going to do that now. Yeah, I definitely am going to do that. That's how it works. And just keep pushing away until we do sell it out.
Mate, it's such a ride just to watch you from a distance, because I don't know you guys personally. I've just I run this magazine, and I keep a close eye on what's going on in Sheffield, Manchester, wherever I can. It's just such a joy to see somebody just doing it your way and enjoying it, and just showing the people out there that are really struggling at the minute to get confidence to do what they want to do in the music industry. It's inspirational to them at what you're doing, guys. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And that means everything, because that's literally why we are. We've been told for so many years and so many times pushed back and told that we can't do it, and that we're not welcome, and that we're not good enough, or we're not going to get paid for doing this. And that's the whole point of this campaign. The whole point of What's Rock and Roll is do it yourself. Be fucking rock and roll. But it's not a thing that you just have to. You don't have to be anything other than yourself. And the second we realise that, I feel like we have got a bit of venom in us sometimes when it comes to the industry. But it's not. It's not a disrespect thing. It's not, because I understand it and I get it.
Industry deserves it sometimes as well.
Yeah, it's one of them things, and I get that people. It's a money business. You know what I mean? People have got to do what they've got to do, but don't take no for an answer. Fuck anyone who tells you can't do it. Just go and do it yourself. Simple as that.
Great, Johnny. Thanks for your time today. Just one little message. So if there's somebody watching this video that hasn't pressed the button on buying an arena ticket yet, what would you say to them? And I'm going to put a link to in the description of this podcast and on YouTube. There's a link there to press to buy the tickets as well. So, what would you say?
I would like to say, anybody watching this video, I didn't know it was a video, so I'm sorry that I've been doing this waving my
It's fine. It's good.
for the duration of it. Do you know, like, we honestly, like, this album, like I said, if you buy this album, every single penny goes into the pockets of the band, the people that have worked for it. There's nobody taking a cut. There's no commission going elsewhere. It's literally going to get reinvested into us carrying on this journey, which we're so fucking grateful for. I'd like to say, listen to it, see what you think. Don't even listen to it. Just fucking buy it. Help us get to number one, and let's be an independent band that's got a number one album and fucked them all over. Reytons.
And the same for the people that haven't pressed the button on your arena gig yet.
Yeah, buy a ticket and you'll have a really good time. You'll enjoy yourself.
Right, Johnny, really appreciate your time, mate. Love the journey of the band. We'll be supporting you on RGM. Really enjoyed getting to know you as well, mate, today. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Let me know when you want to go for a pint and we'll go for a beer.
We'll do that. Thanks again.
Nice one, Carl. Take care, mate.
Yes.